Hey, my name Donitras, and I just have to share my story. I just want to help someone that don't feel like they can make it, that don't have hope and faith. My current situation, I've been going through a lot. So I'm a mother of 4. I have hemoglobin C disease, which is like sickle cells. I've been through 4 surgeries. I'm still here. I was able to bear 4 children. And that's a blessing. 2 pregnancies of mine were not planned. Not saying the other ones were either, because who knows when they're ready to have children. Financially, mentally, spiritually, I've been struggling, and I'm still here, and I'm stronger, wiser, and smarter. And I'm still going through my trials, but sometimes God create chaos so that you can grow, because you have to get uncomfortable in comfortable situations. Some situations are not permanent, they're temporary. Even relationships that you not just relationship with men, but relationship with friends, sometimes family, just relationships in general. You have to get uncomfortable, and I feel like where I'm at now, God is forcing me out of comfortable situations. I lost 2 jobs in 2 years. I was pregnant twice when I lost jobs. I lost my home in 2016. It was vandalized. And that's not the second time I experienced being homeless and have to stay with other people with kids. And I kept going without jobs, without houses. I then lost cars been totaled. I had to start from scratch. I didn't accumulate a debt by not being able to pay bills or pay things because loss of a job. And I have to keep fighting and going through because I have children, and I have to keep moving forward, because God not going to take something from you without replacing it with something better. They say what don't kill you make you stronger. So in the past 2 weeks, I've lost, but when I lose, that strength. When I'm broken, it's grace. When I'm struggling, it's strength. My aunt was my sitter for my 4-month-old while I worked. Almost 2 weeks ago, she was sick, and she's in ICU. So God forced me to apply pressure to put my kids in daycare. I have a toddler that got kicked out of daycare because I didn't have a job to pay daycare fees. So he was kicked out. So that forced me to put them in childcare, and I'm still currently waiting for them to start after submitting all my documents. That caused me not to miss days of work because people have their own lives and they're not able to watch my children while I'm at work. So that caused me to stay home. I took a job making $13.50 because while I was pregnant, I lost my job and I had no income. I have a disease that's like sickle cells. It function the same, in the same family. I don't have a spleen. I don't have a gallbladder. I had a hernia taken out. I had an emergency C-section. And yes, I'm still here and I can't carry babies past 37 weeks. But yes, all my kids are healthy and they do have the trait. And they are a blessing to me and I don't regret none of my children. I had my daughter a month early. 2 weeks later, I found out I had a blood clot in my leg. And, I was the one that have all the faith, that believe in God. And I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person. I believe that God is bigger than anything that I face. And anything that I lose, God has something better. God not going to take something from me without replacing it with something better. So when I lost my house, I got a better house. When I have lost cars, I got a better car. When I have lost jobs, I got a better job. God forces us to be better because sometimes we could get comfortable when He replaces things, but that's not where God wants you to be. That's not the plans God has for you. God has bigger plans, so He will force us out of uncomfortable situations because He wants us to grow out in order for us to grow up. And so while I was at work yesterday, my car got repossessed because I was 2 months behind. And so today, while I wasn't able to get someone to watch my son, I had to stay home from work. I asked my job, hey, can my son come with me so I can work? I was told no, of course not. I just tried all that I could try. I reached out to anybody I could reach out to. And yes, I'm here. I was told by the dealership, I'm only 2 months behind, which I only owed $1,000. But I was told I have to pay $1,782 plus the fees that the place that repossessed my car is holding my car, so I have to pay those fees as well. And on top of that, in order to get my personal belongings, I have to pay $25 to get what belongs to me. So I told them, I'll pay $25 to get my belongings, but y'all can keep the car. I live in the D.C. area. I have to drive all the way to Baltimore County to get my belongings. My mom rented me a car for a couple days so I can get back and forth to work, because where I stay at, I need a vehicle because I'm not able to get on Metro because Metro is not close to my house. I have 4 kids, so I need a vehicle to get back and forth. So in the midst of all this chaos in my life, I'm still here. I still believe that God is bigger than all this. It's a lesson in all this that no matter what I'm going through, God is bigger, and I'm stronger and I'm wiser and I'm going to be better. And I have to trust God because He's not going to take anything from me. This is my time now to invest in a business that I want. I have to put my all into building. I have to rebuild. I have to start over. I have to rebuild and fix my credit. I have to manage my money better. And if I can't afford certain things, I can't have it. Because I have to build where it's for my best interest and my children and God, because you can't do things on your own without God being in it. You have to consult with God before making final decisions. You can't just jump out there like, I'm going to do this thing, without praying, without asking God for directions, without walking. And you have to be mindful where you will see your planning. You have to consult with God before doing anything in your life. Because sometimes we do things thinking, oh, God approves of this. Sometimes He doesn't. And so it's not always the enemy that create chaos in our life. It's sometimes God, because our plan is not always a good plan. We have to do what God has planned for us and do what He called us to do on this earth. But I'm not giving up hope. I'm not giving up on life. I have tried in the past, but I rebuke and I refuse. Because I'm not going to let anything that happen in my life stop what God has for me. What God has for me is for me. I'm not worried. He going to make a way for me and my children. Whatever His plans is, I have to seek Him first. Even though I'm going through some situations right now, and it's going to get better, because God always has me. He will never leave me nor forsake me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yea, do I walk through the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For God knows the plans He has for me. And what He has for me, nobody can take it away. So if anything was taken from me, it wasn't for me. And I'm a strong believer in that. God has something better. I might not be able to afford to finance a car right now. I might have to get the bucket and get from point A to point B until God say, here you go. You can get this new car. I may have to backtrack and fix my credit and pay off some debt in order to get where I need to be in life. I may have to take $60, $100 and start the business. I have a lot of visions, but I never invested in it. And maybe this is God telling me, bring those visions to life. Because sometimes we get scared because we don't know what the outcome will be, or we don't know, when you invest in something, you have to groom it. You have to be consistent. Even on days when you feel like nothing's going right, or things ain't going the way it's supposed to go. But it's not what you're going through, it's what's in you to give you the strength that you need, because God is always within you. You will not fail. You have to pray and don't let what you're going through break you, because there's a rainbow at the end of every storm. You have to find life after the flood. God is teaching you to swim when you're going through the flood. You have to seek him first, because without God, you're nothing. And I have learned that all of what I'm going through, God has bigger plans for me. And I have to seek him first. Every decision that's made. And I have to listen and wait to hear from him first. And I'm here to tell anybody that's going through something that God is not going to put more on you than you can bear. And if he does, he will not leave you. He's just trying to show you that you're stronger than what you're going through. And if you seek him first, he has something better for you. And anyone that want to give up, don't. I'm living with a blood disease, 2 organs gone. I have 4 children. I'm financially struggling right now, but I will be financially free and debt free before 2019. I will be stronger, wiser, and smarter than I was before. Those weapons that the enemy thought he was using against me is going to work for my good, because God is bigger than anything that we're going through. Please don't give up in life. The storm might seem hard, but you will get through it. Open your Bible or your Quran or whatever you pray. Seek God first. Don't give up, because the rainbow is on the other side of the storm.